Wqna Springfield.
Actually, it's Ajetta. She said her name was
Hello?
Ajetta. Hello, Ajetta.
Yes,
Hi, Ajetta. This is Sonny Clark, WQNA Radio. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Ajetta, you probably are getting mounds and mounds of telephone calls, but I just happened to be reading the National Examiner
When?
about your situation with your garage.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering, has there been any result to this thing? I know it said in the article it was back on January 13th, but that when you'll hear about this, but have you heard anything else about what's going on as far as that garage is concerned?
Well, they had a meeting, you know, the city had
Yes.
a meeting, and I have the minutes and also the results, you know, what they decided, but I can't bear to read it.
Ah, so everything's all final.
No.
No, but you.
Apparently, they gave me 3 years to complete it, but I can't do that, you know.
Okay, now the actual result of this meeting is they're going to give you now 3 years, probably because of the onslaught of telephone calls to that place, and you being in the National Examiner, probably correct?
I guess so. I think so.
So they're saying that you have to be, is it up to code within 3 years?
Apparently they said that, but you know, they came over and they didn't see me too much out of code, apparently, and they said that my grandson could move back in.
Okay.
But, you know, I don't trust them completely. I just don't trust them.
Okay. All right. So you're saying 3 years to get it, and right now,
said,
and
yeah.
you're saying, and when was the garage converted to living space?
I don't know. Possibly when the house, around the time, just after the house was built or something. So
What, 1967?
Pardon?
About 1967?
No. The house was built in 77.
In 77?
Yeah.
So yes, it has been about 30 years. And how did they find? Just for my information, how did they find out about this?
Well, one of the code enforcement, they're pretty hot and heavy in La Quinta, you know.
Okay.
And he was complaining about my, I hadn't put the trash can behind the gate because I'm having a lot of, you know, I have a torn ligament in my right knee, and so I left it as neatly as I could on the side of the house, but he got after me for that, and he saw that the garage door was not real.
So he nosed around into the house. He looked into your house as the door was open?
I don't think he looked in the house. He just noticed that what's supposed to be the garage door was not real.
Ah.
It was not a real door.
So
That's always been that way. That place has always been used as a bedroom by me.
Okay. So they are saying 3 years for you to change it back to the garage?
I think so, but
now, are you going to go ahead and appeal that?
I don't know. I'm not well, so I'm 84 now, and I just don't think I can do it.
It's exhausting, isn't it? Dealing with the public bureaucracy and things like that.
And they're pretty harsh. They're pretty harsh people.
See, and I'm wondering, and this is just my own wonder, is this was done over 30 years ago, how they can come by and say something about this now. How do they know what the code enforcements were back in 1977?
Well,
Half of them probably hadn't been born yet.
Well, it wasn't even a city yet. It was a county. You know, and this was done during the county time.
Got it.
And so it's always, I needed 3 bedrooms in the house. For some reason, they built 2 bedrooms only. And so I've been paying for a 3-bedroom house with a garage. But I don't have a third bedroom, so
I see.
Somebody owes me a bedroom or a garage, one of the two. So I thought, well, it had a bathroom and a closet in it, and I thought, well, I'm going to use it as a garage, as a bedroom, because I had 3 sons and 1 daughter, so there's 4 of us.
And
5
this
of
is
us.
after 30 years. I cannot believe this is happening. Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, Sonny Clark here at WQNA. I'm going to give your place a call, these people who are actually going after you, and I'm going to actually see what I can do to get them off of your back completely. Not just 3 years. That's ridiculous. You've had the house for 30 years.
Yeah.
If you sell the house later on down the road, then it has to be up to code in order to sell, so be it at that time. But there's no need for any of this to change. It's just the city government butting their nose into something that's none of their business in the first place.
That's right.
So that's what that's what I'm going to try. I mean, me as a radio person probably can't do too much, but I'm definitely going to get in them. I'm also going to go ahead and interview them, just like I'm doing to you, and I want to hear the silliness that may come out of their mouths.
I was uncooperative and everything, but I can't cooperate. I'm too old and too sick.
Well, yes, and I'm looking at this. You live off of $513 a month. I couldn't live 1 week on $513.
Well, finally last November I had to put it on a reverse mortgage, you know. But I only got $159,000, you know, to live on for the. I need that money to live on, you know.
Absolutely.
For the rest of my life.
Now, is the house completely paid off?
It is, well, with a reverse mortgage, they finished paying it off, you know.
I see what you're saying. Then you have to pay them, right?
Took off from the 159, so I think I've got about 100,000 left now.
Okay.
And if I live, you know, I don't know how long I'm going to live, but I've got to have that money, you know.
Absolutely. And I've heard about reverse mortgages. They're definitely very different. It's something new. So, well, I will tell you, I would like to thank you for your few minutes of time, and I think you're a very courageous lady, and keep, as long as you can, keep battling these people and keep them out of your business.
Well, yeah, but, you know, it's so hard on you. It's so hard on your health and everything.
You bet. I can understand that. I could see where that could, you know, definitely wear down on you, because you just get mentally tired, never mind physically tired of messing with it, too.
And I'm not the only one. There's so many. There's about 200 houses that they're doing that to here. And they're mean. They're not, you know, they throw you into criminal court.
Yeah. So what is that? Did they threaten you with jail?
Yes, they did. And they say now that they didn't want me to go to jail. Well, I've got all the, from the first letter that they sent me, they threatened me with jail.
They did threaten you with jail?
Yes, and in fact, I'm supposed to go to jail. In January, the judge is going to make a decision on that.
So, so you're saying that they reversed it and you got 3 years to fix it, but they're still going to put you in jail?
Well, I don't know about that, because, see, I haven't got anything from them in writing that they have, you know, that they're going to leave me alone.
And that's on January 13th.
And on January 13th, I go to court again, and that's when the judge decides whether I go to jail or not. Elderly couple. He's got emphysema, and he's got only 10% of his lungs working, and she's got all kinds of terrible things. And they twice the courts have thrown the case out. He's in criminal court too. And now but each time they harass him, now they put an 8-page thing, and this is only over a yard.
Wow. Oh, you know what? I read about that. He couldn't keep his yard green enough, correct?
Or something like that.
You know what? I'm actually in the process of trying to get a hold of that one. That was also in the Examiner. And this magazine definitely keeps people informed. And I'm actually really, because you couldn't get this in the local paper over there, could you?
No, they do, but you know, the papers are on their side.
And they're very small. Yeah, well, they probably back them, so that's probably it. Well, I thank you for your time, and I will be checking back in and following up on that.